incredible race. We all went a lot faster than expected. The atmosphere here in Rome for this race was unbelievable. Just being, down at the bottom of the pool behind the lane, you can feel the people around us, and you can't match this feeling anywhere else. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
I'll say it was kind of cool. It was like, it was like the whole heat, and I felt like everyone's eyes was just literally watching every move that everyone made in the heat. I think that was cool. I think that was like kind of an exciting, one of the most exciting races I've been a part of. It was unbelievable crowd, completely packed house, and I knew it was going to whoever was under 50 the most was going to win that race, and that's what happened. It was crazy. Have 3 guys be 50.4 faster. That was probably 100% the fastest heat of 100 flying in history, so it's definitely cool to be a part of.
There was nothing wrong with my tactic. If anything, I went a little bit too fast. I went 0.2 faster at the 50-meter mark than I did yesterday in the semifinal. I was excited. I felt too much energy going on, and I simply went. I just went by feeling. Tactically, I didn't do anything wrong. I think I had a much better finish than usual, and I knew yesterday I had an extra gear, of speed, that I would be stronger toward the end, but simply. I knew that if I was going to win this race, I needed a big enough lead in front of Michael, and at the 50-meter mark when I turned, I saw that he was much closer than I would have expected. I had no idea if I was going too slow or he was going too fast, but he was too close for my comfort, and at the end I knew it was going to be very, very tight, and given that he was so close to me, at the 50-meter mark, I think I was very, very strong, toward the end. But, Michael Phelps is Michael Phelps, and he does what he does, and he did.
Michael, can you talk us through the incident in your warm-up?
It was the end of my first warm-up. I warmed up twice, an hour and a half before and a half hour before. It was the end of my very first warm-up, and I do these couple 25s at the end of my warm-up to sort of get my speed going. And I thought I had enough room, and I would be able to kick past, I think it was Kate, and I thought I was able to kick past her, and we ended up, she was doing backstroke, and I broke literally right on her, and we pretty much collided. I hit the back of her head, my goggles snapped, and I think we smashed shoulders. So we were all a little freaked out a little bit about it. It was kind of blurry in the left eye a little bit, but it ended up going away, and I tried to really just get that out of my head. He said to me, Bob said to me, if it's really bad, we won't swim, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. I said, I'm going to swim, I'll be fine. So it was just kind of took us by surprise. That's really about it. It just kind of shocked me, took the wind out of me a little bit.
What does this victory tonight mean in your whole career?
I've always been able to have some of the most interesting races in the 100 fly, I think, in my career. Croc and I had a ton of races. Michael and I we've had a fair share of battles, and I think it's going to continue. I think that the coolest thing is being able to have races like this, because it really brings the best out of everybody. And I think that's what sport's all about. You really have to go to that next level when you're racing, these kind of people. And I think that's the coolest part that I like most about this event.
There was a lot of interest in this event, partly because of what Nora had said in the press leading up to it. You tried to avoid all that. Is there a part of you that appreciates the interest that he's created in this event by talking to the press and making everyone come here tonight to want to be a part of it?
I think, obviously everyone's entitled to say whatever they want. I choose to never comment on anything. I trained, I prepared for this meet how I did, and what happens in the pool is sort of what happened because of that. And there are always things that I think fire me up and motivate me, and sometimes they're comments, sometimes they're what people do, and that's just how I tick. It definitely gives a little extra motivation when there are comments said, and that's also a part of sport. You see that in every sport, not just swimming. So I think it makes it more exciting.
Do you have any regrets about the statements that you made? Do you feel that you might have fired up Michael more by making some of those comments?
I'd like to say to start that the media has a way of taking just one tiny little thing and making it into something that is completely not. Especially the American media, which you guys are sports writers. It's what you do. You would not be here if you were not good writers and creating something very interesting. I've always said good things on Michael. I just looked at the scenario with the suits as it was, and I just made a few suggestions. I never attacked Michael. I have nothing but respect for the guy. He is the best. Do I have regrets? I don't see how I said anything wrong. I wish he was there when I said what I said, just so he can see that. But I want, when I race Michael Phelps, I want him at his best, because only when he's at his best could I ever feel like, I had gotten the race that I would have wanted. Of course, winning is pretty important to me, but, I want the atmosphere, I want the experience to be everything that it was tonight. And, there are no regrets. I did my best. He did something huge. My only regret is that I let the media make what it makes of it all.
Thank you.